fun, Zelda. Hi, Becky, and good morning, Ruth. See you later, Zelda. You must have fun at church. Okay, it is day 30, and it is our last day of sewing live for 30 days for an hour a day. I will look into doing lives where I show how to make stuff, because I've really been enjoying the live sessions. So, and I also will set up school so that we can actually chat to each other and catch up with everybody, which will be so much fun. So today, oh, there's Jan. Good morning, Jan. How are you? Today I am continuing working on all the different things. I also had to cut out this, finally cut it out. It needs to be done by Tuesday. Today is Sunday. But I didn't have exactly enough fabric for the sleeves. So I have these pieces that I'm busy piecing together to make the sleeves properly. And it should be okay. You can see the togetherness, but it's not bad. So we're going to finish the sleeve first, and then we will work on some alterations. What are you guys working on today? I'm a bit lost now. How is it that I'm lost? Oh, because this needs to cut. I need to cut this. Let's find my scissors. So I was really clever tonight. I fed Bubbles before I started the live, so he should not be screaming at me tonight, but we'll have to see because it's Bubbles. Ooh, Becky, ooh, your dress is, are you making it for Christmas, that you can wear it on Christmas Day? And Jan is getting ready to head to her sewing room, more picking up and getting Christmas decorations out. Oh, yeah, I'm not really going to do Christmas decorations this year. I, firstly, don't have many Christmas decorations left. And secondly, I am house sitting between Christmas and New Year's. So my sister, oh, good morning, kids. Kid Exavag. Welcome over here. This is a sewing channel, and we are all just working on different things. At the moment, I'm piecing a sleeve together because I don't have exactly enough fabric, but piecing is not a problem. So yeah, I'm not decorating this year at all. For piecing the sleeve together, I'm just doing French seams because I want it to be, the workmanship must show through. Okay, Ruth, still knitting on these socks. Well done. I have a pair of socks that I've been knitting on since January, and it's still not done. I should maybe sit and finish them. It looks like this is like the theme every year, that I sit, oh yeah, that could work. When I'm doing house sitting, I can actually finish those socks. Maybe I should do that. So, yeah, every year I get to this point and then I try to finish all the unfinished things. But this year, I am going to get it right. Who's this? I can't see. And this is Jan. We are not doing much ourselves. But with grandkids, I have to have some. It's in the grandparents' contract, and but you're right. Hi, Skralan Rem Menstedt. Skralan, I don't know how to pronounce your name. I'm sorry. Thumbs up. I'm not sure. I know there's somewhere where you can, I think if you click at the bottom of the video, you can actually give a thumbs up. But welcome here. We are sewing today. Let me move it so everybody can see what I'm working on, because that's part of the thing, is we sewing. So yes, Christmas decor, it's not high on my list this year, and next year we'll do that. I do miss the snow. I think I'm kind of mourning that I don't have it doesn't feel like it's real Christmas because there's no snow. Oh, I'm taking these sleeves and I am busy piecing them together because I didn't have enough fabric. So that's one of the things that you can do when you're sewing, is if you don't have enough fabric, you can just piece it together until you have the right size for what you are doing. And that's what I'm doing at the moment. This is an order for a client, and she bought the last of the fabric in the shop. Oh no, that's right, yes. So there is no more fabric, and that meant that we didn't have exactly enough for this top, but I did make it work. Because it was not like she didn't try, it was just that was the last thing on the roll, and she really loved this color. I also love this color. Isn't it just beautiful? And I'm just doing little roll hems. So Becky is working on her black dress. Oh, you must pop over to her. So it's on Beck's Creations. You must pop over to her channel. She's working on the most beautiful black dress, and she also has some lovely live sessions. I think Becky, when was it again? It was on a Monday and a Wednesday, I think, or a Friday. I can't remember. I'm sorry. Maybe just pop it in the comments so that everybody can see it. And yeah, her live sessions are always so much fun. She sometimes does like art or different things. So everybody, if you have a channel, won't you just pop beneath in the comments when you mostly post and what you post, so that if we have new visitors that I can see. Oh, okay, I talk too soon. These are Bubbles. He's screaming at me. I don't think he likes me talking to the camera. Come here. Oh, he has been so needy today. Come here. Oh, sorry, Becky. So, look at those curls on his stomach. Isn't it the cutest thing? That look, that caught in the headlight look. So, everywhere I go, he just follows me. And it's been quite sweet today. A few times. Smart Ekans. Oh, thank you. Thank you for visiting. So, everywhere we go today, I would be working here, he's here. I would be working on somewhere else, he's there. And he's just been so needy. He's normally needy, but today I feel like he's more needy than always. Okay, so Becky is on Beck's Creations. 2 live sessions per week that are planned. Monday morning, 6:30 a.m. Eastern US time, and Wednesday, 1:30 p.m. And they're really a lot of fun. Becky's channel has sometimes sewing, sometimes crocheting, sometimes art. Her art journals are so pretty. Did I catch it all? Nope. So yes, what I'm planning on doing is to find a project, and we will start it on a Monday, and then when it's done, and do that until it's done. So maybe start on a Monday, doing Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or whatever. If we finish it before, then that's also fine. And just do, not tutorials, more like sew-alongs, but we'll do them live. And I don't know if we're going to start, maybe we'll start over Christmas and New Year, because I don't know about you guys, but I find that time between Christmas and New Year sometimes it's a bit of a dead space. So it might be nice to do something then, but let's see. Okay, so this side is done now. Let's just go and iron it. And now let's do the other side. So my grandmother was a seamstress, and she was living on a farm on the border between Zimbabwe and South Africa, and she was sewing basically for all the rich farmers' wives in the area. And apparently, also what I've seen is her work was amazing, but often these ladies would not bring her enough fabric, and then she had to be like a wizard and figure out ways to make it all work. Now I'm lucky that I know in the 60s a lot of people were struggling, especially we had a very serious drought in South Africa, so a lot of people were really struggling. And that was the way my grandmother apparently paid for my mom and her sisters and brother to go to school and stuff like that, and just to survive, you know, because there was really not a lot of money in the 60s in South Africa, or at that stage, especially with farmers. So apparently she would used to get really disheartened when these rich farmers' wives would not bring enough fabric for their dresses, and then she had to figure out ways of making it work. And I do see the challenge, and I understand the challenge, but for me it is such a, I love it when I don't have a lot of waste. So if I can take the fabric that was handed to me to make something and actually make it work so that I don't have a lot of excess fabric left over, I don't know, I feel such a sense of accomplishment. So I think if I was in my grandmother's position, where it was really a challenge and she was just trying to make these dresses, and I'm sure her clients was also quite finicky, because sometimes you have that when people have money, they kind of treat you differently if you don't. But I also think it was a case of, for her, it was just a case of trying to get as much done in the little time she had, because she was still raising her kids and everything. So, you know what I did? I didn't cut where my front and my back part is for the top sleeve. So I'm going to not do that part yet. I am just going to finish this part and iron it. And then we're going to move over to the alterations. Still on the alteration train. There's lots. And they need to be done, because alterations often is the thing that pays the bills. Thirsty now. Let me get my water. A while ago, I don't know what I did, but I hurt the shoulder, and it's like in there, and I can lift it now, but I couldn't lift it properly. And if I did a certain movement, I think it was like here, trying to reach over. Oh my goodness, it was so sore. And I remember when I was like 15 or 16, my mom tore this muscle, and she actually had an op. And then I found out a lot of women over 40 tear these muscles. And so I've always been really aware of being careful and protecting them and whatever. And it was quite scary to see how easily I hurt the shoulder. So now I can go out there, but if I go a certain way, then it just is not fun at all. So I've really been trying to do exercises to strengthen it. Oops, that's the wrong way. What's going on here? Did I do those ones wrong? Or did I do that one wrong? No. Oh, I see. Do I see? I got this wrong. Oh, I see. Okay. So, this one is wrong. In Afrikaans, we have an expression, ek moet kop hou soos 'n dronk weerlys. I need to keep my head together like a drunk, basically bedbug. And at the moment, I'm keeping my head together like a drunk bedbug because it's so many things I need to consider. Because there's all these seams and stuff. But I think I've got it right now. Yes, that's better. Because when you do French seams, you first put wrong sides together and then you flip it over and then it's sewing right sides together. How was everybody's Sundays? Do you still have snow on the ground, or is it warming up a little bit? Because Becky, you said it was icy over there, and I think Jan also said it was really cold, as well as Ruth, you're in England if I remember right. Who else is here? So yes, how is the weather over there? Today, yesterday the wind was howling. Today was actually really nice. There was not a lot of wind. And I should have gone to the beach, because that's what you do on a wind still day in Cape Town. But I just enjoyed being at home. I was cleaning my sewing room. I actually vacuumed and wiped all the counters and really cleaned it properly. I don't know if you can see, but let me show you quickly. Look, the table, I've cut out on it, but it's clean. There is some stuff on the floor there, but that's also clean. That's an order that's there I need to cut out. And it is all tidy up. And I hang up the alterations I need to work on. So I'm quite proud of myself for getting stuff done. Are you guys commenting, or is the comments going fine? Oh, there's a comment. Hello. Okay, so the comments are working. I'm happy to hear that. Who's this? Prime Solos. Hi, Prime Solos. How are you doing? And what are you up to on this beautiful Sunday afternoon? So yes, Sunday, usually we try and go to the beach and take the dog, but today was just a rest day. So I cleaned here. And then I cut out this order. There's two of them that I have to make. One in this color and one in white. And then I had an afternoon nap. I've been listening to a book. I forgot who's the writer. Anyway, it's like a suspense thriller type of thing. And that's been fun. So I do that while I'm cleaning, because when I'm sewing, I struggle to listen to books, because sometimes I need to put up earphones and then I get too hot, and so I don't always listen to books when I'm sewing, but if I am cutting out and when I'm cleaning, it's one of my favorite things. So at one stage, I got really tired, so I went and I lay down on my bed and I actually just listened to my book, and then I knitted a bit and then I fell asleep. Oh my goodness, it was so nice. Because usually I don't really take Sunday afternoon naps, but today was so good. So back to the weather. It is not windy today. And that is flipping amazing, because we always have wind. Hi there. What are you up to, Prime Solo? So, yeah. But I was busy telling you about not the wind. If we don't have wind, then it is quite hot. But it's not too hot today. So, Eastern Canada. Small dusting of snow, sunny and blue skies today. Oh, Roof Lamb, that sounds awesome. There's quite a lot of Christmas markets around Cape Town, and I've been thinking of going to one, but I don't particularly at the moment feel like crowds. I think I'm just tired this year. It's been quite a busy and a full year with lots happening. So I haven't gone to any Christmas markets, but literally just in my vicinity, I can think of 10, which is all in less than 10 kilometers away from me. So I could go and do that, but I haven't felt like it. I'm quite a house scene at the moment. I just wanna be at home and do nothing. Well, not nothing, but do the things I feel like. So the house sitting, I'm actually quite excited about that. I love house sitting. I used to have a small business, and I actually had 3 of my friends working with me for the house sitting thing. And I'm not always a very good business person, because if you have a house sitting business, then you should take a percentage of every house that you find and you put somebody in. But I just put my friends in and let them be paid. So anyway, I have a job now for between Christmas and New Year, which I'm excited, because there's 2 standard poodles and a big white Alsatian. I can't remember what you call them. Oh, they're so cool. These 2 poodles. There's a white one and a dark grey, charcoal one, boy and a girl. And then the white Alsatian. He's older, but he's so gorgeous. Oh, he's just the biggest baby. Love him to bits. So yeah, I'm looking forward to go and visit with them. I haven't seen them for almost 4 months. So that's going to be fun. And I think I'll take my socks along. And maybe I'll take my machines, because there's a nice big table that I can work on. So I can take my machines. And maybe I must just take one project. And then finish that project while I'm there. I was telling you about the house sitting. So when I was still house sitting, what I would do is my one friend would come and help me. Or not help me, she would just come and stay with me. And the house I sat every December, it had a pool and a trampoline, and it was big. So we would take the kitchen, set up our sewing machines, and at that stage we were both making swimming costumes and bras. So we would make all our underwear for the year, all our panties and bras and whatever, and make ourselves a new swimming costume for the next year. And we would have so much fun, and just chatting and watching videos, and lounging next to the pool. Oh my goodness, it was so much fun. But with this house, which was actually quite a pain, I would organize everything, and then the people would come home early. And then it's like, okay, so now I don't have another house to sit, and then they won't pay me for coming home early, you know. Sometimes people do that. And I was too stupid to insist to say, listen, you've booked for that time, so it means I couldn't take another house. So, yeah. And then it was like, okay, but it was so interesting. I would have this feeling they didn't have a problem with me bringing my stuff and setting up and stuff. But I hated, I always cleaned the houses properly, head to toe, from when I was done. That day before I leave, everything. Dolly Padovian. Hi, how are, oh, Dorelia Padovani. Oh, Dorelia Padovani. Ciao. Oh, that sounds Italian. Is it Italian? Hi, welcome here. This is a sewing channel, and it's my last day of going live after trying to go live for 30 days to finish some sewing projects, because I haven't been very good at finishing stuff. And then a lot of people have joined to also finish their things, and it's been such a nice adventure. So back to the house sitting. So I would literally, the day before the people would go home, or 2 days, I would clean that house from top to bottom. So they got a free cleaning service as well. But then if people would come back home earlier, then I didn't have time to clean. And I hated leaving the houses not dirty, because you clean as you live, but you know, all the frimmels from cutting out and stuff. So I used to hate that. But it was so interesting. Later on, I would start getting a feeling. And usually my feeling was right, like, they're coming home early this year. And like a day or 2 before they would come, I would start packing up and cleaning out and doing everything. Yeah, and they had 3 pugs that I used to look after. Cutest pugs. And sometimes I would take the pugs with them to the coast, because we were inland, but sometimes the pugs would stay with me. And I don't know if you know about pugs, but they're like the whole time. So they would insist trying to sleep with me. I hated that, because they were so noisy, but they were very cute. Okie dokie. Is this right? Nope, I need to go a bit deeper on the seam. Nice. Actually, I don't want to say nice. You know what? It's been ruined for me. I'm going to tell you why now. What's this? Becky had a pug. Her name was Beauty. Oh, yeah, this one was Chloe, and I can't remember the others. Chloe was Cleopatra on her papers, and then the other two was a boy, and I think there was another girl. So there's this Alexandria Gardner. She's a like interior girl. She does like, I think it's called studio makeovers. Which I love her programs because she's quite good at decorating or making small spaces functional, and she does these studio makeovers for people. But I don't know why these millennials all insist on putting in these clips, you know. So she would say, she would stand back and look at the place and say, oh, nice. And then I put that horrible clip of Taylor Swift in where she goes, nice. And they have killed it for me. I mean, it's like in every video, and maybe it's like a signature or something, but oh my goodness, I get so irritated with that thing. So now when that thing comes up, I actually put I just sweep through to the end of the video and I just watch the end. And yeah, I know that people need the watch time or whatever, but I'm not going to submit myself to torture like that. Okay, these two are ready, and I will have to iron them flat before I add them to the sleeves. But I also need to just put the sleeve on the pattern piece to see which way everything needs to go, because I forgot to put little cuts for the front and the back of the sleeve. But I'm very happy with my progress on that. And that's just the binding. But now we're going to move sewing machine over there and then bring these out. So today I actually fixed the zip. The zip was pulled out completely. I don't know how that happened. I need to have a look why. Can I see why? And so I just put it back in. I know you can do that, but sometimes it doesn't work that well. But on this it worked, so I don't have to replace the whole zip. Oh, I'm so relieved, because that's not one of my favorite things to do. And then we need to find my pins and needles. So this is a little milk jug. I've made another label for one of my bags. I'm going to put it on this one. Yes, let's put it. Oh, I forgot. I should have done it beforehand. Okay, it's not going to happen on this one. And then this. So I've got buttons that I need to change on this. And then just sew the bottom of the zip, and I think then I'm done with this one. So then I can give her back this part. Then for this client, I still have to make 3 dresses for work. She wants like a work uniform, so I need to draw that pattern up and then make the dresses. The only thing is, when I draw up a pattern, I make the first one, but I don't overlock or anything. I literally just sew everything together. Then I get the client to come and fit, and then we pin and tug and do whatever we need to do on the thing that she's fitting. And then after that, I take that, cut where I need to cut and change what I need to change, and then I cut out the others. Like now this is like 3 of them. So yeah, I need to get going on that. But first, I need to finish these 2 tops that I'm working on. And then that blue dress that I showed you earlier over there. That one. I've given my friend one and she ordered another one. And what else did I need to do? I still have my things that I haven't got to. Who's Shadow King? Hi, Shadow King. So, forgot to make a knot. So, when you want to make a knot in your fabric, in your cotton, you make a loop, and then you push your thread through few times. And then it makes a nice big knot. Oh, this camera wants to focus on me and not on my knot. I hope you could see. I remember when I started watching vlogs or sewing vlogs and knitting vlogs, when people wanted to show something, they would hold their hand in front of their faces and then show the knot. And then it should focus on the small thing you want to show and not the big thing. But yeah. Okay, so let's just sew the bottom of the zip. It had this piece of fabric put around it to keep it all from unraveling and just to make it so the zip doesn't pull all right through. My goodness, I've done so many alterations in the last 30 days. I actually went through everything that I've done in the last 30 days. And it's amazing how much you can get done with just an hour a day. I'm really surprised. And the other thing that I've also found with these 30 days of sewing is that my sewing room felt like, because it was newly set up and all of that, it didn't feel like my sewing room yet. I knew it was mine and I would work in it, but it didn't flow. And I also think it doesn't help that I don't have my sewing machines yet. They're still in England. Hopefully they will come back now in December. We will have to see what happens. And yeah, I think that's part of the problem, not having all my stuff. And then also just the heat. Some days this place gets quite hot. But I do feel more at home. And I've also found that this time of the day, it's not too bad in here. It's usually okay until about 11. So I must just sew earlier in the daytime. But what I've also realized is I love sewing, but I do not want it to become my full-time job again. It kills it for me. I want to sew because it's fun and not because I have to keep everything together. So I'm just sewing down this part of the zip so it doesn't float around when this client puts it on. Few times. Here we go. So today I watched a short of this one lady, and she was like talking about coming across this live session, and there were only on this person's channel there were only like, I think she said 8 people watching, and how she and her friends popped in and then made this person's day. And I thought about it, and basically there's usually about 8 people watching on my lives, but I don't I don't really care that it's just 8. For me, 8 is a lot of people. It is 8 people who took time out of their day to spend it with me. And it just made me thought, in the, like, before social media, if you went to visit with your friends and there were 8 friends, that would have been a lot of people. That is, then you're popular. If there were 50 people, then you most likely were doing like a sermon at a church, or maybe a ladies' meeting for the Farmers' Wives Association. And then if there were like 500 people, you would be something like a lecturer at a university or something. And if there were 1,000 people, you would, 1,000 people, you would be like a movie star speaking, or not a movie star, maybe speaking to people in a big conference hall. And then if it's like 1,000,000 or something like that, you would be like in a stadium maybe. And I've just realized our sense of what is a lot of people has been warped with live sessions and social media and stuff. So I don't have my glasses on. I'm not sure how many people are watching at the moment. Oh, there's 13. Wow, thank you. So 13 people watching is a lot of people. Spending time with 13 people at a time, that's a lot of people. And we don't value that anymore. And I just listened to this girl, and it was so sweet. I mean, they went and they actually were commenting, and this person was so excited about all the people visiting her live. And I just thought, it's so sad that we think like this now. Okay, Lorraine Sink. Hi, great to hear about South African voice, listening from USA. Thank you, Lorraine. Yeah, I can't. At one stage, I tried to hide my accent, but that's just the way it is. We do speak with quite an interesting accent. So yeah, it's been something I was thinking about since earlier today. Is like, how do we not value the amount, like 8 people choosing to visit with you? So I've made a decision that no matter how many people are watching, even if it's just one, I want to appreciate every single person who's choosing to take time out of their day to visit here with me. So thank you to each of you, and thank you for those of you who are commenting. I really value your friendship, because it is a friendship by visiting with somebody, choosing to spend time with somebody. Oh no. So this, maybe I shouldn't show it, because I know YouTube sometimes penalize you if you show that type of thing. But that is the reason why you have to be careful when you sew. And if you just hold it flat, it will stop very quickly. But you don't want to get that over all the clothes. Did it stop? Yeah. My pins are not my friends today. They are mean and they're attacking me. So this is like a jumpsuit, and it had these big ugly buttons. And I found these are my vintage. I've got a whole collection of vintage buttons it was a lady in the 60s who had a children's fashion wear shop, and she would make the cutest little dresses for kids. I actually have the patterns that she used to use, but all her buttons came to me in the end with all her bias binding. So it's 100% cotton bias binding and the most beautiful vintage buttons. So these are some, and there's like glass hearts and user SS. Hi there, not sure what you're saying. I don't have Google Translate here at the moment. But welcome. We are sewing over here and making stuff. So I've been doing a 30-day live of sewing every day for 30 days for an hour to see if I can get through all my undone things. And it's amazing how much I've done. And also some of the people who's been following along from day one, it's also amazing to see how much they've done. So that is a lot of fun. So when this old lady closed her shop, she just took her stuff and she kept it and of course used it most likely. But then she had to go into an old age home, and then all of those things came to me. And I am really stingy with my vintage buttons. But this girl whose stuff I'm fixing at the moment, she is such a little doll. She you know, you get the Legally Blonde look. This girl is one of those. She's very cute though. And yeah, I've decided that she deserves a vintage button on her jumpsuit. She's a beautician and she has her own what do you call that when you're a beautician? It's not a spa, it's anyway, she does nails and eyelashes and massages and all of those things and facials. And it's all like black and white and fur, and it's too cute. Let me see. A salon. Yes, she's got a salon. That's the word. Thank you, Becky. Yeah. And it's like pink and sparkly. I mean, she wears shoes with that's sparkly all over. And her hair is blonde and long, and she's got the cutest face. So she's a typical beautician. Fits the role to a T. And her favorite color is pink. And she loves sparkle and animal prints. So she deserves some vintage buttons. Okay, those buttons are just there for show and they're not going anywhere, so that should be enough. And now all her alterations are done. That's quite a nice feeling. So I can let her know. I need to cut her dress out and just put it together. So it's just a jumpsuit like this, and this thing was pulled out completely, so I just unpicked it at the bottom and just pushed it back in, and then she can come and fit and get her alterations. Now we are going to close the bottom of this bag. I'm still very chuffed with this. My goodness, the brain gymnastics it put me through yesterday was quite interesting. Find my needle. I need to empty my bin. I did clean here, but I didn't empty my bin. And that's part of the cleaning process. If you clean, you empty the bins. So when I lived in Germany in the 90s, and oh my goodness, I loved it. I would have actually, I'm one of those people wherever I am, except I didn't like the desert. But most places where I go, I love it. And then I want to stay. But I think if I stayed in the long run, I wouldn't have loved it as much. I'm getting off the track now. So I lived in Germany at one stage, and I did speak German, but I haven't spoken it for how long? Maybe 30 years. So I still understand it. And I kind of write it, but my dyslexia makes that most people don't understand my spelling. So I can't even spell in English and Afrikaans. Spelling in German is even worse. So I think I need to be with German-speaking people for about 2 weeks, and then I should be able to speak it fluently again. But I had so much fun there, and then I was au pair, and you didn't get a lot of money as an au pair, just enough to cover your basics. So I was delivering papers in the morning, and then twice a week I would clean houses for an old lady. I would clean a house for an old lady, and it was so sweet. Oh, she had like what do you call that stuff when your legs swell up so she couldn't walk far and stuff like that. And the first time I got there, because somebody else was cleaning her house, and then her friend, I didn't volunteer to clean, her friend just asked me, do you know maybe one of your friends? I said, no, I can clean. So I went and I cleaned her house, and it gave me a little bit of extra money. And the first time I cleaned, I really went in, and you could see it wasn't done properly by whoever did it before me. Because some people's standards are different than other people's standards. And I got in and I really cleaned, and I scrubbed the bathroom and really made it in the 3 hours that I had, cleaned the kitchen or whatever. And afterwards, this lady was so sweet. She was like, I can't believe this place is so clean. So then we went into winter. Now, you know, South Africa, it's hot and humid, and even when it's cold, it's not that cold. So she comes down the one day from out of her room. So there was upstairs, but she didn't really go upstairs. And then she was living in one of the downstairs. There was like a downstairs room, and then a sitting room, and a kitchen, and then the bathroom. And she came the one day out of her bedroom, and she had these knitted underwear, like bloomers. And she said to me, you're going to need this for when it's cold. And I'm like, why? Why would I want to have an itchy woolly thing on my butt? That doesn't make sense. So I didn't want to be unpolite. So she said I could use them for the winter because she's got others. And it was beautiful, hand knitted and thin yarn. So I took it. And then the first cold front came through. And I just wore jeans at that stage because that's what I had, you know, and maybe tights. But tights was under your clothes. You didn't wear, it was like long johns. So anyway, first cold spell comes along. I'm in Birkenstocks, the old-fashioned ones. And I remember I needed to catch the bank open. So the bank was only open like on a Thursday afternoon between 2 and 4. And I storm out of the front door and there's ice on everything. And my feet slipped from under me and I fell down 3 times before I got to the bank in my Birkenstocks. Never did that again. And so I'm fine. And then the family I was working for, they had a Alsatian. And so I had to walk the Alsatian at night because the lady was working shifts. So I would walk this Alsatian and the snow would be like almost up to my knees. And I went to walk in the first time and my butt was freezing because you have your jacket and you have your hat and you have your scarf, but your butt is kind of like open because the wind comes in. You have your panty on, but there's no real protection. And I didn't realize what it means to dress for that type of weather. So those knitted undergarments came out, and I tell you, it saved me that winter. And to this day, whenever I clean a bathroom properly or a kitchen, I just remember this old lady. Oh, she was so sweet, lending me her hand knitted underwear for winter. So at the end of winter, I took it back and I was like, thank you so much for saving my life. But it was too cute. Yeah. So I could close this with the sewing machine, but it's so much fun just to do it by hand. And then to do it in a way that you don't see it afterwards. So usually when I have to do handwork, I have a beeswax candle, and then I just pull my thread through the beeswax candle, and then it doesn't knot as I sew. But I didn't do it today, and it's so irritating when that knot forms. I'm really excited that my place is clean and tidy. It's so funny how something so small like a tidy and clean place can actually make you happy. You can mention, if you want to, mention in the comments the things that makes you happy. Random things that most people, you know, it's these normal things like chocolate and ice cream and friends, visiting with friends or grandkids. But something random that most people won't think about as a happiness magnet. What are the things that makes you happy and it makes you excited? I think another thing for me is when it starts raining after like not a drought, but if it haven't rained for a while, and that smell of the fresh rain on the ground, I love it. Oh yes, Becky, me too. If my creative space isn't tidy, then oh my gosh, yes, walking near water makes me calm. Me too. Love walking next to a river or walking at the coast, at the sea. Oh, I love that when the waves are just, and with my feet in the water. Yes, I also love that, working in the soil. I actually miss having a garden. Becky, do you know if Diane is okay today, or do you think it's because her grandkids are there? Usually she's here. It also makes me happy to get into ice cold water, like swimming in the river or something like that, or in the cold water at the coast. Love it. Oh, that really makes me happy. So this is also random. I've not heard, but if the children are there, I'm sure she's busy. Okay, good. So my hair started growing in the last while. It's not a lot, but there's hair. And for Ruth, listening to my loved ones talking between each other, oh, that is special. I also love that. But anyway, back to my hair. So it started growing in the last basically 2 years. And every time I cut it, there's more. You can actually see there's quite a lot now. Like it's dark, it's not white, fluffy. But if you don't have hair, you don't realize how funny it feels when I even have a few hairs on my arms now. How funny it feels if the wind blow over you. And the other day I was walking on the beach, and it was before I cut it because I have to cut it every so often, otherwise it gets really tangly and stuff. And I was walking on the beach, and the wind was blowing through my hair and over my arms. And previously, when the wind would blow over me, it felt funny. I can't explain it. And to have that feeling of the wind blowing over my skin, but there's hair to catch it. It was one of the most amazing feelings I've had in years. It was awesome. So that also makes me happy. But yes, we're just sitting, knitting, and listening to the people you love, having a conversation. That is really special, Ruth. And I'm sure you've got lots of cozy moments at the moment with Christmas around and it being winter, so people are more indoors. Petrichor. Okay, who's this? Sandra Clark. Did you know that the smell of rain on dry earth is called petrichor? I love that. It's like if you love rain, you are called a pluviophile. I love that. I love rain. Oh, I love rain. Petrichor. I love that. Thanks for telling us, Sandra. Petrichor. That is a cool name. I used to have a blackboard next to where I would sew. I need to put one up, but this wall is so hard. It is a mission to get stuff into it. So I'm not gonna, I'll think twice before I put something up. But anyway, I used to have a blackboard, and then every day or every week I would put a new word on the board and its description so that I could learn new words. Now, if I had my blackboard, I would have written that word down, petrichor. I like it. You know what? Wow, look at this. Look at this, look at this. I could take black paint and actually paint with like chalk paint for blackboards. I can paint myself a blackboard. I don't have to put one up. And then just I can write with my chalk that I use on my clothes when I mark them. That is a good idea. I need to get some blackboard paint. I'm just going to paint the blackboard here on the wall. Why not? So there's my chalk. Then I can write my words and I can read them and learn new words every day. Ah, I'm so excited now. Now I must just find some chalkboard paint. Sure. I'm almost done with this little bag. I've got another one cut out, but I want to do that for one of the live sessions to show how to measure and do the maths and everything. And I think I'll use my embroidered label on that one. And I am going to put one of these in here. It's just a little label that says handmade with love, because there is space, and then it's just that little extra thing. I always love little details like that when I look at when I get gifts. So I'm sure somebody would also appreciate having a little label in here that says handmade with love. And we are done. This is the funny one with the pointy ears, and it's got its lining in there with a little label, handmade with love. And I am so chuffed with it. It was really a mind puzzle, but look at that, isn't it cute? So I see it is 58 minutes, and I think we're going to call it a day, and I'm not seeing you tomorrow. I'm gonna miss you. Thank you for everyone who came and spent time here. We will start this again soon. I just need to catch up with myself with a few things. And it was so nice, all the comments, all the people who did stuff. If you've made stuff in this time, go and put it on our community tab so everybody can see the things you've finished and the things you've sewed or knitted. And yes, I will tell you all when we go starting the live gatherings where we can chat to each other. That should be in January, but I think we will just do like I'll let you know what I'm planning, but just do like, let's sew a bag like this together, and I'll show you exactly what to cut out, how to measure, to do all the different things. And we'll just do a live for that, for example. And then the next thing, my apron that I showed you guys last, how to make an apron like that. And you have to put in the zipper and the hem of your dress. Well done, Becky. Thank you for everyone. You must have a wonderful Sunday afternoon, and I'll see you soon. Bye.